Hey, so you ever thought about how to make a quick $1,000,000? Well, Apple's offering a pretty enticing deal, but there's a catch. You have to find a bug in their private cloud compute platform. Sounds intriguing, right? Let's break it down together and see why this bug bounty program is something special. First off, let's clarify what this private cloud compute is all about. It's essentially Apple's new platform designed to handle sensitive tasks, like powering Apple Intelligence and other future projects. Imagine a super secure cloud service where your data stays private and safe from prying eyes. Now I can already hear you thinking, private cloud? That sounds like a unicorn. But hang on, to understand how Apple pulls this off, we need to look at ARM's new Realm Management extension. This is a crucial component of the architecture that aims to improve security and reduce the attack surface. In the early days of computing, we lived in a world where security was about as tight as a wet paper bag. You had user mode and kernel mode. The kernel had the keys to the kingdom, while user mode was left vulnerable to all sorts of attacks. With ARM's evolution, they introduced the concept of secure state, a dedicated area where sensitive operations can occur without interference from the non-secure world. This is crucial because it allows embedded systems to perform critical tasks like cryptographic operations without being exposed to external threats. Now, ARM has taken this security concept further with something called realms. Think of Realm Level 0 and Realm Level 1 as distinct security zones. At the heart of this is Exception Level 3, which acts like a hypervisor in cloud computing. The kicker, the hypervisor can't snoop into the realm memory, which means you can run private code inside these realms without it being visible to the hypervisor. The secure state can't access realm memory, and realm memory is designed to be completely isolated from everything else. So if someone tries to exploit a vulnerability in the hypervisor, they're still blocked from accessing your private data. Now here's where it gets really interesting. Apple is openly inviting anyone, yes, anyone, to try and find vulnerabilities in their private cloud compute system. They're not just saying, trust us. They want to prove their claims and allow the community to verify the security of their architecture. If you can leak personal data or gain unauthorized access, they'll pay you, potentially up to $1,000,000 for a successful exploit. If you've got an iOS device with a development license, you can actually download a thing called the Virtual Research Environment, VRE. This allows you to run a fully virtualized private cloud compute node right on your Mac. Even better, they're providing source code for several components, such as the Cloud Attestation project, which verifies the code being executed on the cloud, and the Thimble project, which handles attestation on your iPhone. This means you can dive deep into the inner workings of the system, see how it logs requests, and investigate whether any information could potentially be exposed. So let's talk numbers. If you manage to breach any of these boundaries, like compromising the system's data privacy or gaining privileged runtime access, you could snag that $1,000,000 bounty. Even if your exploit isn't a full-blown remote code execution, Apple is still offering significant payouts for any vulnerabilities you can uncover. They want to encourage independent researchers to help tighten their security further. Personally, I prefer my code running close to home, where I can see it and keep it private. But let's be real. The trend towards cloud computing from major tech players like Apple, Microsoft, and Google is here to stay, whether we like it or not. What's fascinating is that Apple seems to be on the forefront of making their cloud compute environment not just secure but also verifiable. They're handing you the keys to the kingdom, asking you to dig in and validate their claims. This level of transparency is something we don't see every day from big corporations. Apple's approach, using ARM's innovative architecture and realm management extensions, sets a new standard for security and privacy in cloud computing.